What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Catch Podcast. To my right is Kenny.
Yep.
And to my left is Patrick.
Morning.
Today we're going to be talking about the newly released NFL schedule, just dropped this week, and we're going to be giving you guys all our thoughts and letting you know the big games, when they are, where they are, and everything you need to know. And of course, Zero to Hero.
I love Zero to Hero.
Pretty excited for this one.
Fan favorite, I guess. But Kenny, you want to get us started?
Sure, I'll get us started. Let's go to opening day, Patrick. September 5th. It's going to be a big one. Ravens versus Chiefs, 8:20 p.m. Eastern Time. Thursday night football.
Patrick Mahomes, MVP. Well, not reigning MVP, but former MVP versus the reigning Lamar Jackson, most valuable player. Didn't get them to the Super Bowl. Lost in the AFC Championship.
AFC Championship rematch, actually.
But now they have Derrick Henry. Zay Flowers is coming back. Mark Andrews. Was he injured that game? I think he was.
He was hurt a lot last year.
He might have been injured. Patrick Mahomes doesn't really his receiving core hasn't changed a lot. It just went from another bad player to a bad player. But they have Hollywood Brown, Xavier Worthy, fastest guy
Rasheed
ever.
Rice, of course,
If he's not in jail.
The Legion of Speed is coming back.
The Legion of Zoom.
Oh, that's what it was called.
That name has been used like 5 times. But, Colin, what is one thing you're looking at in this game?
I'm going to look at how the Ravens use their running game, like how they can use Lamar Jackson as obviously a running quarterback, but also Derrick Henry, how they can use the two together to benefit from each other. Mm-hmm. I want to see how they play off each other with that run game.
Do they still have J.K. Dobbins?
They lost J.K. Dobbins. They lost Gus Edwards.
Okay.
So it's just Derrick Henry.
So it's just Derrick Henry, but the good thing is...
What about that young guy last year? What was his name?
Just Williams? Is that who you're talking about?
No.
I can't think of his name.
Now this is going to throw me through a loop. Either way, Ravens run game, you were saying, Colin?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking
Justice Hill?
Justice Hill.
Oh,
him.
Keaton Mitchell, the really
fast.
fast
Keaton Mitchell. That's who I was trying to...
Yeah. I don't know if Keaton Mitchell and Justice Hill are going to play that big of a role when you have Derrick Henry, one of the best running backs in the last 10 years.
He's a workhorse, too.
He can have
30
he can
carries
carry the ball
needs.
30
But
times.
he's aging. Do we
True.
think that's going to be an issue? And they did use Tajay Spears last year.
I think Derrick Henry will they'll worry about him later in the year or later in the season, but like week 1.
Yeah,
he
week
could
1
get
he'll
20
be
to
fresh.
25 carries.
He'll be fresh. Yeah.
But even though Derrick Henry's on the team, Ravens defense is pretty good. I think the Chiefs, they're not losing. They're not losing week 1 at home. Get in the ring. I think it's going to be the same thing that happened in the AFC Championship. Patrick Mahomes is going to show out. Travis Kelce going to have a great game.
I don't know why, but when you said getting the ring, I immediately thought of Taylor Swift and Travis
me too,
Kelce getting married or something.
Hopefully
sad.
Taylor Swift is not there.
Please,
Actually,
Taylor.
will be.
Please, Taylor, don't come. We don't want you. But, okay, that's a little mean. But anyways, keep going.
I want you. What? No, sorry. What? I think the Ravens. It could be a close game, but I think the Chiefs are gonna win. Patrick Mahomes gonna have a good game. Travis Kelce.
I think it's gonna be close, but Patrick Mahomes last year we saw week 1 against the Detroit Lions, threw a couple of picks there. I think he always takes a little to get going, in my opinion. And with his receiver room, I don't know if Xavier Worthy is automatically going to be that guy.
Yeah, that's a valid take, but I still think it's crazy to assume that they just won the Super Bowl, home field advantage, loudest stadium in the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
Lamar Jackson doesn't really perform against Patrick Mahomes in his most recent games, so I think it'll be close. But Chiefs
I'm
are
on
coming.
the fence. I'm
Chiefs
like
are winning.
50-50 here.
Same with me, honestly.
I'll take the Chiefs. I'll take the Chiefs for today, but that could easily change.
I'm going to go Ravens just to be different.
Well,
I mean, like I said, it can go either way, so I'm just going to be different here.
Who's going to be the difference maker on that team then?
Yeah, the Ravens, Derrick Henry.
I'm going to say Lamar. I'm just going to say he finally takes that step up. Because really, it's not like he lacks the talent. He just lacks the ability to use it sometimes.
I don't think Lamar Jackson can keep up with Patrick Mahomes at his best. So they need to rely
But
on...
will it be Mahomes'
They
best?
need to rely
Week
on
1?
Marlon Humphrey, Kyle Hamilton, Marcus Williams, Roquan Smith, Justin Madubuike.
Stacked
All
defense.
That defense is amazing.
It is.
They play their butts off, then I could see a Ravens win, but I think the Chiefs are going to win that game.
Fair enough.
Well, Patrick, there's another big game week 1.
Jets.
You're moving my
Jets,
phone
Jets,
over here, dog.
Jets.
Thank you. I appreciate that a lot. Fist bump.
Fist bump, okay.
Jets, Niners, going to California. Aaron Rodgers.
Monday night or Sunday night?
Monday night.
Monday
Hold
night.
on. I got a moment of silence. Okay.
What?
Last time he was on Monday Night Football, he tore his Achilles.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully that doesn't happen. We have a new and improved offensive line with Tyron Smith, Morgan Moses. They got Elijah Vera Tucker's back. Hopefully Joe Tippmann, our rookie, was a great center last year. We have Mike Williams.
That defense too.
Our defense is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Best corners in the league. But we
Mhm.
are going against Christian McCaffrey, who's the best running back. But the receiving core, that's a big question mark.
It's a big if.
Do
Yeah.
we think that Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel are going to be on the
I
team?
think one of them,
At least
one
one
of
of
them's
them.
gonna stay back. I just heard today that Brandon Ayuk is nowhere near close to signing an extension with the 49ers, so that should show that he's not too happy. And I know Debo's not happy either. He wasn't happy. What was it, the year before?
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
last 2 years.
Yeah,
Seems like
I mean-
every other year.
He's always not pleased with his team. I feel like one of them does go, but I definitely could see one of them staying.
I think personally, if I'm going to be more worried if Brandon Ayuk is the one to stay. I think
Really?
Sauce Gardner.
Brandon Ayuk over Debo Samuel?
I think Brandon Ayuk's better than Deebo Samuel.
Interesting.
Personally.
I feel like Debo Samuel is better at he's better overall.
I,
He makes a
as a
more
Jets fan,
impact
am
on
going to
the
be
game.
more
can.
worried.
Sorry, keep going.
I'm going to be more worried if Deebo Samuel, if Brandon Ayuk is being guarded by Sauce Gardner.
Mhm.
If Deebo Samuel is being guarded by Sauce Gardner, I think we're good. Because then it's like Jawan Jennings and
Yeah,
Ricky
I
Pearsall.
can see that.
I think we'll escape with a good win. I don't think it's going to be like Aaron Rodgers' heroic performance. I think
Mhm.
it's going to be behind the new offensive line and
Do you
Brees
think
Hall.
it's gonna take him a little to get back into
Yes,
it?
definitely. Like I can see the first 4 possessions being like nothing productive.
Just run plays.
But I think Brees Hall is going to start off hot just like he did last year against the Bills and show why he's a top 10 running back.
I'm gonna go Jets as well. I don't know if you made your prediction yet, but and previously I had
That was
stated
a terrible high five.
my bad, but I thought previously I had stated the 49ers when we were talking, and I know I kind of switched it up here, but I am an Aaron Rodgers fan after all, and the Jets, now that I keep thinking about it over and over again, their team is just so
Stacked.
well rounded. It's like
it really is.
this is a circle. I'm making it well rounded. If you couldn't tell, it's
Yes.
round. But their team there's not really any holes that you can point to and be
Safety.
like, okay, well, even then it's not that big.
Yeah.
And you're not gonna point to that and be like, oh, they're gonna lose the game because of that. Whereas the 49ers, there's too many question marks for me to be able to confidently pick them.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, you got Aaron Rodgers, and then you got
Kenny's making a
Brock
look over
Purdy.
here. What do you got to say, huh?
You guys are counting out Christian McCaffrey
I
already.
am.
Christian McCaffrey last year went on a crazy touchdown run. He is easily the best running back in the league. He
We're
can
not
do it on all
disputing that.
levels. He can run. He can catch. He can throw. I mean, he can do anything. Christian McCaffrey is insane at his position. Brock Purdy,
I don't think he can win them the game though.
I feel like he can.
In what world can a running back win you a football game? I don't know.
Not many.
I think
Christian
it's gonna
McCaffrey would be
close.
the one to do it, though.
True.
True.
Yeah.
But I think this Jets defense is too good.
I
Two
would
all-pro
agree with that.
linebackers.
You think they're gonna stop Christian McCaffrey?
I don't think we're
You don't
gonna
have to stop him. You
There's-
just have
there's
to
a-
win the
Hold
game.
them down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like if he gets 90 yards, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you-
I'm taking the 49ers. I don't think Christian
think
McCaffrey's
it's
getting
gonna be
90
close?
yards.
No,
I
I'm
do-
saying if we hold him to 90 rushing yards and like 40 receive, Quincy
Yeah.
Williams will be guarding him if he's
Mhm.
a line, and he's a good
Coverage linebacker.
Yes, he's pretty good, and he's one of the best tacklers by far.
Mhm.
Obviously, he's better at run stopping, but I don't think Christian McCaffrey can win the game by
I
himself.
don't think.
I'm not saying
Yeah.
he can. I'm just saying you guys are counting out the best running back in the league. And you also have George Kittle to throw to. George
Locked.
Kittle is a very good
Locked.
tight end.
He's
Locked.
Yeah.
We've all seen clips of George Kittle just not being tackled at all.
Whatever.
Breaking
So you're
tackles in a
taking-
play.
you're taking
I'm
the
taking
Niners?
the 49ers, yes.
That's alright.
Close game or no?
Yeah, it'll be close. Honestly, it might come down to a field goal.
Like at the end, buzzer beater.
Yep.
I wouldn't be sad if it came down to a field goal and we lost. I mean, obviously I want to win, but like,
You're
Going-
losing to a team that went to the Super Bowl.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, next game, little sore spot for Kenny. Bills, Texans, sadly not in Buffalo. Stephon Diggs return.
Mm-hmm.
Not
How do you
really
feel about that?
return,
Yeah,
but-
not really a return, but
Yeah, I just dropped an octave. I just got really sad. But it's going to be an interesting game for sure. I feel like I just hope Stefan's not too mad. Like, him and Josh are still going to be friends, hugging it out after the game. But,
who cares? Seriously.
okay,
The
bet.
Bills fan cares. Nobody
Yeah,
else here.
I care.
Do you guys care?
If I was a Bills fan and Stephon Diggs left me like he did, I would not like him.
I don't like him
Do
for
you-
that, but I appreciate for what he did for Josh Allen. Like in my opinion, he turned Josh Allen into a top 5 quarterback. Or
you still think
he
he'll be that?
assisted. He
Do
assisted.
you still think he'll be?
Wow.
He
that?
assisted.
And now
yes, Josh is a
now
top 5 quarterback. No
but
way.
he doesn't have like anyone to throw to.
Keon Coleman,
Congrats.
I
mean,
stand by my statement. He
Khalil
doesn't have
Shakir?
any. Still,
Dalton Kincaid,
Okay,
James
Dal-
Cook.
Dalton
So in
Kincaid.
other words, nobody.
No.
Yeah, mostly no one.
Oh my gosh, you guys are counting my team out. But
I'll take Hollywood
I'm
Brown
also,
over all of those
I'm,
receivers.
Me too.
As I'm saying that, I'm going to count my team out for this game against the Texans. We always hit a roadblock at some point in the season, and I feel like the Texans, they're going to be our roadblock. CJ Stroud, it's Stephon Diggs, Tank Dell, Joe Mixon. That
Nico
offense is
Collins.
crazy. That offense is crazy good, and I don't think our defense is really going to step up to it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Texans as well, and I don't even really think it'll be close, to be honest.
Okay.
Maybe a hot
Okay.
take, maybe not, but I don't see anything in the Bills other than Josh Allen. Correct me if I'm wrong, but like, who else is gonna win them or even make it a close game other than Josh Allen? And if he happens,
James Cook's pretty good.
James
okay,
Cook
but
is very
if
good.
he happens to have one of those off games where he throws 3 interceptions, which
Hmm,
very
that
well
is
could
very
happen.
true.
They do happen. Every
They
now and
might
then.
leave the game. They might leave
Yeah, you
Texas
can't
only
have
scoring
Josh
10
doing
points
that.
or something.
But I keep thinking about this and I'm going back and forth. If the Bills had a little better of a secondary, just a little bit, and they didn't lose all those guys, I would take Buffalo because I think the Texans defense is not as good as people think they are, and Josh Allen is a top 5 quarterback, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's going to be a close game. CJ Stroud is probably going to go off for like 400, 3 touchdowns. Bro, who's going to guard? Okay, Tank Dell is like
Christian Benford.
Tank Dell is like the 3rd best wide receiver on that team, and he's better than all
He's
your receivers
good. Yeah.
besides Dalton Kincaid.
Okay, thank you.
You really
Put
think
some
Dalton
respect
Kincaid-
on
Dalton
Dalton
Kincaid
Kincaid.
is pretty good.
Dalton Kincaid.
I don't know a lot about
But
him, to be
insane
honest.
hands.
So we're all going Texans? Is that what
I
it is?
Yeah, even the
sadly
Bills
am
fan.
going the Texans on this one.
So I'm gonna bring up Panthers versus Bears week 5. I don't think
Staying
it's
in
gonna be
week
a
5.
great game, to be honest, but
It's a big game.
it's big, but I don't think anyone at home is gonna be like, oh, let's watch the Panthers.
That's one of those games where it will be on like CBS or something. It'll be like mainstreamed, and it'll be like the first overall pick last year versus Caleb Williams' first overall pick this year, and everyone
2
will be
Heisman winners.
everyone-
yeah,
be
it'll
so
be marketed
excited.
great, but
but it'll be not a good game.
it could be high scoring.
It's gonna be
though.
Bears dominating.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I don't
Are you
want to sound
serious?
like an outsider, but I do think Panthers could maybe
Bro,
be a
what?
threat this season to some teams.
Deontay Johnson is not saving them.
I would say they're a threat for
I'm
the
not
number 1
saying
overall
he is.
pick
I think
again.
Bryce Young's gonna finally show why he got drafted as the number 1 overall pick.
Even if he does, that Bears team is too good. Caleb Williams is too
Yeah,
good.
I
that's
agree.
true.
DJ
but
Moore,
I feel,
Keenan Allen.
I'm not okay. I'm
Rome
not
gotta go
Odunze,
over this
too
again.
good. DeAndre Swift.
I'm not saying that the Bears aren't gonna win, but I am saying the Panthers might make it close. Is what I'm trying to say.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Any given Sunday, I guess. But
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I
anything
think the
can
Bears
happen.
I think the Bears are going to win by a lot.
I wouldn't say a
lot?
lot, but I don't think
What's
it's,
a lot to
Yeah,
you?
true.
What's a
That's-
lot to you? 2 scores, 3 scores,
17.
winning by
Yeah.
17.
2 touchdowns and a field goal.
I think it's going to be like, I don't know,
Yeah, I can agree with that.
31 to...
The only issue is
13,
if the
something like
Panthers
that.
had someone on defense to actually like stop just
Brian
one
Burns.
of just
Oh, wait.
well J.C. Horn. It's gonna
He's
lock
good.
down one person, but you have Romo Dunze, DJ Moore, Keenan Allen. There's so many options there.
Yeah, not
Panthers
much
are
you
going
can
to
do.
be picking
Don't forget about Cole Kmet.
Or Cole Kmet. Cole Kmet is very underrated at his
He's a
position.
weapon. Yeah,
So we're all taking the Bears here, right?
I think that's.
Wait,
very
okay,
obvious.
so let's go through it. Chiefs, me and him Chiefs, you took Ravens.
Yes,
I took Jets,
I took Jets.
49ers.
and then we were unanimous on Bears
Yeah.
and Texans.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, let's move on to week 8. This is another big game I saw. Bengals versus the Eagles. Patrick, I know you were talking to me before saying how they've never faced Joe
Well, I don't-
Burrow and
yeah,
Jalen
Joe
Hurts.
Burrow and Jalen Hurts. At least when like they've been in their prime, because Jalen Hurts wasn't even a starting quarterback for a long time.
Yeah.
So it's the game of the week of week 8, 425. I think more I look at it, the Bengals kind of have a big question mark at wide receiver with T. Higgins.
Their team is a big question mark in my
Yeah.
opinion.
I would
They
agree.
could.
they lost
Are
a
they
couple
losing Trey
guys.
Hendrickson? Or is he not made up his mind yet?
I'm not I'll check that, but even no
Yeah,
matter
I don't-
what,
He's
yeah,
been
that's
really-
not-
I think the Eagles will walk into Cincinnati, and I think Saquon Barkley is gonna prove why he's like. We forgot he's really good. He was on the Giants for a long time, so people forgot that.
Yeah.
But he's gonna prove while
Sorry,
he's a
Giants
top 5
fans.
quarterback, and he could be rushing for
I mean, running back.
yeah, he could be rushing for like 200 yards.
200.
Well, Colin, how do you feel Joe Burrow's gonna do in this game?
Joe Burrow, I'm honestly really not sure. I feel like I don't know, and that's part of why I'm gonna take the Eagles because I really just don't know how Joe Burrow's gonna do. Though every single player you can almost like question how they're gonna do on the Bengals. There's nobody you can be like, okay, he's gonna be good. We know that.
I feel like Jamar Chase is gonna be.
Well,
good.
yes, but that's dependent on how.
You have Zach Moss as your new running back. That's a big if. I know a lot of people liked how he played when he filled in that role for Jonathan
I'm looking
Taylor.
at this defensive line right now. Think about it. The Eagles already have an amazing offensive line.
Yes.
The Bengals have Sam Hubbard, meh. Sheldon Rankins, meh. B.J. Hill, meh.
Eh.
Trey Hendrickson.
He's pretty good.
He's pretty good.
But
pretty
he's a
good.
big question mark
But
about
he's-
retiring.
Yeah, exactly. And he's an edge either way. So Saquon Barkley could have a pretty big game. They did get Geno Stone, so maybe he gets an interception or two. But like DJ Turner and Cam Taylor-Britt against Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna end up.
It's
well.
sad that this is like a big game, but I literally could see it being like 28 to
blowout?
like 10.
Yeah,
You
I
are
don't
playing
know.
in Cincinnati, though. I don't know really about their fans, like how much they impact the game.
I don't.
To be honest, I don't think they do.
I'm not a
Sorry,
big
Cincinnati.
believer in home field advantage to begin with, really, other than the playoffs.
Okay.
Other than the
Okay.
playoffs,
No,
if it's
no,
a regular
Arrow,
season
playing
game.
an Arrowhead.
Okay, maybe there's a select few.
You weren't there
but-
that Monday night football game. Jets
I was
Bills.
not there.
That was crazy.
Yeah, but do you really think it like if you're an away player, do you really think you're
Yes.
gonna lose the game because
Yes,
of that?
it's loud. It's so
It's gonna be loud either way. You're just
No, trust me. It's
Okay.
Not if you're a Panthers fan. That stadium is empty.
yeah. Well, that's a
I
good
could
point.
buy a ticket for $9.
Did you see that? This is way off topic. Sorry, but did you see it is cheaper to now go to every single Panthers
Oh, I
game
did see that.
than buy the cable to watch each
Yeah,
Panthers
it's
game?
cheaper to go to the games
Hey,
rather
really?
than watch it
Yeah.
on TV.
That's how bad they are looking this
I have
year.
to go
Sorry,
tell my
Panthers
one
fans.
Panthers fan that I know about that. Wow, that's pretty cool. But
That's funny.
Eagles.
I'm taking the Eagles.
Yes.
I feel like this is a pretty obvious pick. Let's move back a week, though. Let's talk about Week 7.
Super Bowl
Chiefs,
rematch.
49ers.
Colin, how do you feel about this?
Well, I mean, previously, again, as I was talking to you guys, I was kind of high on the 49ers, but my mind has kind of changed, and I feel like the Chiefs, I've always been a big Pat Mahomes guy.
But yet you took the Ravens. I don't know.
Well,
Yeah.
because that's different. That's week 1 Pat Mahomes. We've
Okay,
seen,
true.
like,
True.
there's
True.
some doubts there. But, I mean, by week 7, I think he'll be just dandy, and he'll be figuring out chemistry with Xavier Worthy and all
Worthy
that,
and all that.
figuring out, like, where the ball needs to go, things like that. And, of course,
Yeah.
you got Andy Reid as your head coach, so...
We could see Xavier Worthy turn into like an actual bona fide wide receiver 1 or 2.
You think he's
Through-
going over Marquise Brown already?
I said 1 or 2.
Okay.
Who knows?
Okay.
But like through week 1, he's gonna like go into the system more and more. So I think he could be a very important player. But it's in the 49ers stadium, and I think this is gonna be one of those big 49ers game-changing wins. Patrick Mahomes might have a problem with Nick Bosa and that amazing defense. Charvarius Ward, great cornerback, one of the best in the league. Brock Purdy could have a maybe MVP
Okay,
game.
but-
Christian
Yeah.
McCaffrey too.
We were talking before how their wide receiver room is a big question. Do we really think that's going to be like a big
Yeah, kind of the same issue
for the
here.
Chiefs game? Like, does their wide receiver room have the impact to be a win or lose situation for them?
Yeah, I think so. But I also don't want to predict a trade that
Yeah.
could not happen.
Well, you took the Jets before, and now we're talking about the reigning Super Bowl champions.
Yes,
So are you
and-
saying, like, the Jets are better than the
Whoa,
reigning
whoa,
Super
no,
Bowl
I'm
champions?
just-
Or...
that's a crazy statement because just because one team beats this team and that team beats that doesn't mean they're
Yeah.
better.
I know, but it's both in San
I think
Francisco.
49ers at home, and it's weeks have gone by. It's week 7, right?
There's fatigue for sure. Yeah.
I think it's going to be a big 49ers win.
Okay.
Christian McCaffrey's going to go off against that. I mean, the D-line, Chris Jones is there, but their O-line's amazing too.
Their offensive line is pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know. Patrick Mahomes,
know what? I'm going 49ers, but it's going to be really close.
It's going to be a really close game. It might be the game of the year. Honestly, I could see it.
I'm going Chiefs, and I also think it's going to be a close game. Maybe a field goal at the end, like we already mentioned. That's kind of the basic route to go. But
I'm 50-50 on this. I don't know.
you got to pick one, dog. Eeny, meeny,
I
miny,
actually
mo.
don't know.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Come on.
All right, you're the Chiefs.
Oh, are you serious? Oh, jeez. Okay, sure.
No, wait, no.
Patrick Mahomes.
It's
Brock
close.
Purdy.
Patrick
Christian McCaffrey.
Mahomes.
Give me the Chiefs. Give me the
Yes.
Chiefs. Give me the Chiefs.
Good answer.
Okay. Week 14, skipping a couple weeks. Kirk Cousins return. Well, not really return. Return. He's
Return,
going to
yeah.
Minnesota. Falcons versus Vikings. Everyone thinks the Falcons are amazing. They're projected like more wins than the Dolphins, Rams, Jets too. Do you guys buy the hype? Do you think
No.
Okay,
No,
no, you don't.
I do not.
Do you think the Falcons beat the Vikings though?
No.
Yes.
Me too.
No.
What? Why?
Oh boy.
Are we really going to do this again?
JJ McCarthy with this offense, I think
We had this argument off air. Just saying.
it is a big if.
For like 20
But I
minutes.
feel like you guys are saying he's gonna play like Nick Mullins did when he replaced Kirk Cousins.
I could see it.
No,
Wouldn't shock me,
no,
really.
no. When you have Justin Jefferson, T.J. Hawkinson, and Jordan Addison to throw to, and you have Aaron Jones in your backfield, you have a very stacked offense that is really going to help develop this young quarterback. And I don't see the Falcons.
Yeah, their offense is really good. But
Just because he went to
I
Michigan
don't
doesn't mean he's Tom Brady.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying like the Falcons' offense is a big if. I don't think Kirk Cousins is going to necessarily turn them into a playoff team. Their defense is a big if. I think it's safer to bet on the Vikings in this game.
Did you say the offense is a big if?
Yes, I did.
The
actually.
offense had Desmond Ritter. Like, come on. Now that Kirk
Kirk
Cousins,
And a terrible head
Cousins
coach.
Kirk
is
Cousins
in
is
his
top
30s.
12.
He's coming off of a
Kirk Cousins
huge
is top
injury.
12.
He doesn't
He's
run.
coming
Cousins
up-
is top 12.
Okay, stop sounding like a little kid.
He's top 12.
Come up with something else.
He's top 12. Okay. Drake. Okay. We got Brandon Powell as the wide receiver 3, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even really know who that is.
Exactly. On that Vikings offense, there's probably 4 players that are better than the Falcons offense. Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, T.J. Hawkinson, Christian Darrisaw. And personally, Jordan Addison and Drake London are pretty close. Drake London's amazing.
He'll be good.
And now they have crappy J.J. McCarthy.
And if they can get Kyle Pitts, like
Okay,
the Falcons
yeah,
can get
and
Kyle Pitts
Pitts
the
is
ball.
Okay. I know you guys are saying like, oh, JJ McCarthy, he's bad because he probably shouldn't have been taken where he got taken. Let's be real.
Yes.
He should not have been taken
I
that
agree
high
with
at
that.
all. But that doesn't mean he's a bad player. He is a very accurate passer, as we saw in the Michigan run to the
He's
championship.
a rookie quarterback. I don't care how good
He is a rookie quarterback, but that doesn't mean he's gonna look terrible.
It is week 14, though. But
We'll
still,
know by then.
Let's go
if he's
back.
good or
Let's
not.
go back a couple of years. Mac Jones rookie year, he did not look bad. He could have won rookie of the year if it weren't for who was it? Justin Jefferson?
I have no idea.
I don't know who it was.
But-
I'm not sure.
Colin, who do you think the Falcons are going to win?
Yes. Why? Because I just think they have so much more to work with, really. I mean, their weapons, like Kyle Pitts, we've never really seen him at his full potential. I think with the new head coach, he could probably be the best tight end in the league.
Wow.
This year.
The best tight end in the league.
This year.
Better than Travis Kelce,
Yes.
George Kittle.
Mark
If he
Andrews.
gets the ball, yes. And like Drake London, he could be pretty good. Bijan Robinson could be the best running back in the league one day. I'm not saying this year for that one. I'm just saying eventually.
Sure, you're talking about the offense. Their offense is pretty good.
Yes, their
The
defense.
Vikings defense. Secondary, it's a Caleb Evans, Harrison Smith. What's the other guy? Byron Murphy.
Yeah.
They're all pretty below average. Harrison Smith, sure, he used to be good, but he's going to die. in a
But when
couple
you
years.
have an offense as stacked as the Vikings, they're going to get it done.
They're going to
I'm
win.
sorry, Kirk. Go back home to Atlanta. You're losing this game. You're
I
not
don't-
winning.
Kirk is going to show why he got paid.
No,
and
he's not.
Wait,
Yes,
what?
he is.
What if Kirk isn't even starting though? Wouldn't that be funny if it's like Michael Penix?
It is. There's no
Michael
way.
Penix
Michael
is
Penix.
starting,
No,
It's crazy.
I agree. There's no way. I'm just saying. Imagine we're talking about all.
It's going to be a high-scoring game, and it's going to come down to J.J. McCarthy
and JJ McCarthy can step up to it.
JJ McCarthy, here's what's gonna happen.
college.
JJ McCarthy, he's gonna scramble out, and he's gonna run up, and he's gonna pass the line of scrimmage and throw the ball. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, okay.
And that's why the Falcons are gonna
Vikings
lose.
dominate the Falcons in this game. Won't even be watchable.
Dominate the Vikings.
I'm not saying either of that. It's just gonna be a high scoring game, and the Falcons are gonna win.
Okay.
But
let's close it with one more matchup.
Thanksgiving, we covered our favorite teams, but now we have the Packers versus the Dolphins.
Yes.
The real Legion of Zoom, not the Chiefs anymore.
That is true.
Jalen Waddle, Tyreek
Oh, yeah.
Hill. I mean, Devon A-Chain isn't a wide receiver, but...
Yeah.
So how do you feel about this?
Well, we beat them last year on Christmas, was it? Yeah, it was Christmas.
Mhm.
We're playing them again
That
on
was a close
Thanksgiving.
game.
It was, honestly, that's how our season turned over. That's how we ended up making the playoffs in the first place, by winning that game. But by, Thanksgiving, I'm going to either be sold on the Packers offense or I'm not going to be. And to be honest, I don't think the Packers are going to win this one.
What?
I'm not all that
Really?
confident. I'm not all too confident.
I think nearing the end of the season, Jordan Love is going to come into his own, realize that he's going to show us how good he is. They got Josh Jacobs, who could have a really hot, really good year. Jaden Reed, one of the most underrated wide
I'm hoping
receivers,
one
I
of the
think.
receivers steps up.
And your
really makes
defense
a name for
is
himself.
pretty good. You have Jair Alexander, Xavier McKinney's now on the team,
Yes.
Quay
Sean
Walker,
Gary.
Sean
We
Gary.
drafted
Kenny
3
Clark.
safeties maybe.
That's crazy.
It's a very good defense, I'll give you that.
And
Javon
I
Bullard
think
Is
might
it
fight the
fast
slot.
enough to keep up with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle?
Yeah,
Yeah.
fast enough. Or what? You
I don't
scheme
know. I
around
think
it.
Tua's just gonna get. Tua and Josh Allen are one and the same. They always have those games where you're like, are they the best quarterback in the league,
Or are they the worst?
Yeah.
should they get cut?
That is
Yeah.
true. This is a big iffy game, and I feel like it might be safer just to bet on the Packers because Jordan Love has been pretty consistent throughout, like last year. He
Yeah.
looked the same throughout most of his
I have
games.
some questions about his mechanics though, because if you watch him a lot, he throws off his back foot more
Yeah,
than he
I don't-
should, and I don't like it sometimes.
I do think the Packers are good, and I think Jordan Love is a very good quarterback, better than most people think.
Mhm.
But the Dolphins, they get pretty good,
Yeah,
and it's a
skeptical as
Thanksgiving
well.
game, so usually the NFC North, they always have the Thanksgiving
Yeah.
games. Recently, they've been kind of selling them. Besides the Lions, Packers Lions, they won, but there's been a lot of times where they lose on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
OBJ is now on the team. Dolphins defense,
Oh, I forgot
Jordan
about
Poyer, Javon Holland, Jalen Ramsey, Kendall Fuller. They're a good
They're
defense now.
pretty good unit. Yeah.
But it's either are they just names or are they gonna actually
Yeah.
incorporate
Yeah,
yeah,
that's-
together?
yeah.
So, who's your pick?
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with Dolphins. I think Tua has the game where we think he's one of the best quarterbacks, and Jordan Love does pretty good too. I think it just comes down to you can't stop their offense.
Yeah.
Stand up, cheeseheads. We're winning this game. Green Bay Packers. Okay.
Just
Green Bay
He
Packers.
said stand up cheeseheads.
Green Bay Packers are winning this game by a slim margin.
if Green Bay wins it, Josh Jacobs got to go off. Josh
Oh, yeah.
Jacobs got to become.
150 and 2 touchdowns.
He's got to become Josh Jacobs from 2 years ago.
I sure hope so.
All right.
Damn.
Well, Colin, who's your pick?
I originally said Dolphins, and
Oh,
it's
he's
hard.
getting swayed. No,
I
you
kind
want
of
to
am
stay
getting
here in
okay.
Miami.
I'll stay with the Dolphins, but I think it's going to be very close. And honestly, I think it's going to come down to something like bad refereeing or something stupid.
I think this is, out of all the games we've covered, the most competitive and could go
Yeah.
either way.
It could.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
That'll do it.
we're gonna move on to 0 to hero.
Let's go. Now we're going to be talking about our zeros and heroes of the week. Kenny, you want to start us off with your zero? of
I
the
will
week?
start us off. Well, recently, which was yesterday for us, Tyson Fury lost to Alexander Usyk. Did I say it right?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Pretty close, if not.
It was a split decision, and if you do watch some of the highlights, I do encourage you to watch them because it was a very good fight. But Tyson was getting rocked around.
I watched some of it, and everyone's saying that Usyk kind of won on one round because I think it was the 9th round where he really
Tyson
kicked his
was
butt.
just, yeah.
He knocked him. He
was
didn't knock
out.
him down, but he was getting pushed around a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not a big boxing guy, but I feel like that tends to happen in fight sports where you see a big thing happen
Yeah, you
and
just
then
see
you
a big
forget about
round.
all
Yeah,
the other stuff.
Exactly.
Fury won like the first like 6 or 7 rounds.
But either way, he lost the fight. And let's not forget, a lot of people thought he lost to Ngannou when they fought back a while back. He scheduled this fight he scheduled them to fight. He fights Francis and then goes right to fighting Usyk. I feel like he honestly just thinks too high of himself. I think he's got to bring himself back down to earth.
Tyson Fury's very good boxer. He did request a rematch. It was their first undisputed heavyweight boxing fight since 1999, and it kind of didn't live up to the hype. At least, well, if you're like a really big boxing fan, you probably liked it, but like heavyweights, I want to see a knockout.
Yeah.
But my loser of the week, going back to Caitlin Clark, broke the turnover record with 10 turnovers in her first game.
As a rookie, by the way. Turnover record for a rookie.
And then the next game, she had 9 points. I believe it was 7 rebounds, 6 assists. And then she had another 20-point game last night. Sure. Yeah, she scored 20 points, 9 turnovers. Again, I think when you market someone as the greatest female basketball athlete to come out, you have super high expectations. And I know it's the first 3 games, but like she was getting her butt
especially on defense. Yeah, on defense.
Yeah, there was a clip of her, I think it was Brianna Stewart set a screen for her.
Oh yeah.
And she just crumbled to the ground. It was so. I feel bad for her.
I like Caitlin Clark. I mean, she can shoot the ball really well.
Just give her a couple weeks.
You gotta figure out the turnover issue.
I feel like she just expects a lot of things that happen in Iowa and she expects her opponents not to like react.
The turnover rate is really fast. It feels like she was in college like 3 weeks ago, and all of a sudden she's playing a
WNBA works.
It's weird.
Maybe she'll come into her own. I don't know, but I think she let a lot of people's expectations down. Mm-hmm. I mean, a real basketball fan probably didn't expected that, but like my mom was like, "Oh, Caitlin Clark didn't do really good last night." And I was like, "Yeah, she kind of sucked."
Yeah.
But hopefully she's not the next Anthony Bennett.
For my loser of the week, I'm going to be sticking with basketball, but on the men's side, I'm going to be talking about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Yes, that is hard to pronounce, also known as SGA. But he committed the game-losing and really the series-losing foul on P.J. Washington in the corner. They were up by 1 with 2 seconds left. No reason to foul. You just had to hope he missed the three-pointer.
It was a close
call. It was
call.
A controversial call because he hit the ball and then he hit his arm, but people say P.J. Washington pump faked.
Yeah.
So that basically doesn't count as a shot. So then he went up and hit his arm.
Yeah, P.J. Washington.
He like blocked the pump.
They were down by 1. He had 3 free throws. He made the first 2, which is all he needed. Missed the last one, and the game was over. And to end your season on free throws like that is absolutely a terrible way to do it.
It's heartbreaking.
Oh yeah.
One of the things I want to talk about though is I do admire how Shea, like after the game, he went to the interviews and he was like, I just shouldn't have fouled. He didn't make an excuse or he didn't cry about the refs like Luka would. Mm-hmm. So I do think that is the proper way to handle it. Yeah. Hopefully it's not another like Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, James Harden thing where they're
don't come back. You see how many first-round picks they have? They're gonna bounce back.
That's what they said about 9 in the next 4
years.
But Colin,
let's move on to the winners.
Who is your winner?
Well, mine is the game development company EA Sports. If you know anything about gaming in general right now, you know that NCAA College Football 25 is coming out soon, and
July 18th,
19th.
19th.
I'm getting.
But
early.
They just put out the trailer for it, and it's getting marketed like crazy right now. They're probably making so much money, and you know if you play Madden, you can kind of tell the animations look eerily similar, but I mean,
I'm praying this is gonna.
It's a big win for people who like video games. It's a big win
for the company
for college football.
Yeah,
I mean, college football players getting their name out there like that. Yeah. It's gonna do amazing things. Sadly, Arch Manning. I said Arch Manning didn't put his name in there. I don't think.
That's disappointing.
I know. He said he plays football, not video games, something like that.
That's so lame.
I feel like it's kind of pretentious.
It's the same way,
but oh well. All the other players: Donovan Edwards, Travis Hunter, Quinn Ewers. I think it's gonna be one of the greatest games of all time.
I sure hope so.
What? Well,
this is a football pod. Okay, let's not talk about video games. Let's talk about greatest video game ever.
What do you want to talk about then?
Well, let's just finish up here. My winner, Jared Goff, getting a humongous contract from his team, the Detroit Lions. 4 years, $212 million, and there's a no-trade clause, which is a big deal for someone of his age. He's 29 years old. He's getting paid crazy amounts of money. I believe it was
Good
a
for him.
$70 million signing bonus that he got right off the bat. So
That's crazy.
that is
What a
crazy.
story, though. Like,
Yeah,
he
good
got
for him.
Jared Goff.
I'm
Like,
happy
everyone
for
was
him.
like, oh, yeah, we're just going to get rid of him after a year, draft a quarterback because
Yeah.
the Lions are going to suck. And now Jared Goff's got his own chant in Detroit. But my winner, LeBron James Jr.
Coming
I
from
mean,
a LeBron fan, by the way.
Yes,
which
his
is-
dad did just lose in the playoffs, but Bronny James is who I want to talk about. Combine, he's been playing his butt off, and he's been playing really good basketball. But one of the things that I thought was really cool and important to talk about is how, in his first press conference ever, LeBron didn't let him have any press conferences in USC. In his first press conference ever, he talked more about himself, and he wanted to separate himself from LeBron and wanted to become
can't
like his
blame him
own
for
person.
that,
Like
yeah.
a bunch of the questions were like, "Oh, do you want to play with your dad?" or "How does this affect your dad's legacy?"
How does
and he's
this
like,
affect LeBron's legacy?
he was like, he basically said that this is for me. Like, I want to do this for me, not for my dad.
Yeah.
If we get to play together, cool. But I think it shows GMs and coaches that
Yeah.
he's his own player.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know
Alright.
how good he's gonna be though.
Colin, wrap it up.
All right, thanks everybody for watching. Tune in next week. We'll be here every week.
Catch us next week.
No pun intended or pun intended.
Catch us on the next one. Right? That's what we're saying?
Yeah.
All right, peace.